intuitive friends, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. For those of you who are my subscribers, my new viewers, and visitors alike, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Today, I have an exclusive pick a card reading where I'll be channeling messages focusing on discovering what intuitive gifts or abilities you already possess that are already naturally within you, and what may be potentially blocking these beautiful gifts, and last but not least, how you can activate them. But before I introduce the preliminary groups here, which by the way, I will be doing live shuffling, down below in the description box, you will see timestamps. Allow your intuition to guide you to either the group or groups that may be intuitively drawing your attention. Now, let's take a look at the preliminary groups here. Group number 1 is represented by generous. Generous. A charm that says generous. Group number 2 is represented by a heart, and the heart within it has a paw. Group number 2, the heart with a paw. Group number 3 is represented by the infinity sign. Okay, the infinity sign, or if you want to look at it as a number, that would be the number 8. So again, group number 3 is represented by the infinity sign, and for some of you that may be connected to the number 8. That being said, intuitive friends, take a look at the timestamps down below, and I will see you in your designated group or groups. Hello, intuitive friends, and welcome back. You selected group number 1, and group number 1 says generous. Okay, not only does it say generous here, group number 1, but it also has the Leo symbol, and right behind generous, it says Leo. We'll see if or how this charm, if it may connect to the rest of your reading. But first, group number 1, as I mentioned in the introduction, today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on what potential gift or gifts or abilities you naturally possess, you naturally have within you. I'm also going to take a look at the potential blockage, and last but not least, how you can activate this natural gift that you already possess. All right, so let's take a look at the preliminary card. The first card here is representing your natural gift, the gift, the intuitive ability, your intuition, what you already possess. So this is the High Priestess in its upright position. The second card focuses on the blockage or the potential blockage that's not allowing you to fully embrace your natural abilities, intuitive abilities, your sixth senses. And you have here the 8 of Swords in reverse. The last and final card represents how you can activate your natural gifts within you. And you have here the Moon card. Now, taking a look here at the High Priestess here as this indicating, right, your natural ability, your natural gifts. You are a natural intuitive. You could have been born already intuitive, meaning you may have had instances in your childhood where your intuition was already fully present and quite developed. What I'm also getting here with this High Priestess is not only could you bridge between the 3D world and the divine, and that's something that could have, again, you may have been born intuitive here, but I'm also getting that there may have been lifetimes, prior lifetimes, if you believe in reincarnation, or if you believe in past lives. This is indicating here that there could have been past lives where you either were working with your intuitive abilities, where there was a sense of you really embodying and embracing your yin energy. There could be already clairs here within you, like you were born with them. Now, we all are born intuitive, but some people develop it as they grow, and then there's some people who are just very naturally, it's like when you play a sport, right? Anyone has the ability to try and play a sport, but then there are people who just have a natural knack. They just have a natural knack, whether it's to sports, whether it's art, whether it's music. They just have a certain proclivity towards, or a higher tendency to absorb that skill a lot quicker. Okay, like you hear children like at 3 years old, right, already showing a distinct ability that then they grow up and they are really like successful in that special gift or talent. So that's how this is coming through for you here. It's coming through as you already possessing that type of intuition, clairs, whether it be claircognizance, your ability to know what you know, even though there isn't some tangible evidence. The evidence may come later, right? And then you take the evidence and you kind of like, I knew it. I just didn't know how I knew it. I just had a feeling that I knew it. So that's claircognizance, okay? Crown chakra activation there. You could also have the clair of clairaudient, okay? Being able to hear your thoughts, being able to hear that higher consciousness coming through. Clairvoyancy, ability to see past the veil, whether it's through premonition, whether it's through seeing images in your third eye. I'm also getting here could also be clairsentience, your ability to connect with the vibes of a place, okay, or a person. Clairtangency, the ability to touch, mediumship. I mean, there are many here that you could already possess. And so this is saying that your ability, you have a tendency to have either a psychic ability, clairvoyancy, clairsentience, claircognizance, one of the clairs. You could even be a medium, where you could have the tendency here to be able to bridge messages from those dearly departed to here on the 3D realm. But there's a strong sense here of you already possessing, or maybe here being able to develop. If you're fully developed in this is just giving you validation confirmation. But if you're looking at these pickle cards with a sense of like, I just want to kind of confirm or validate, this is saying here, group number 1, that you do have the ability, or a developed ability here, to be able to work with a specific clair or clairs, okay? Because it could be more than one. We all have the ability to work with all of them, and they all develop in different ways at different stages. Now, let's talk about the blockages here. What could be the potential blockages or blockage that's not allowing you to fully expand or fully develop or fully embrace this beautiful natural gift that you already possess. And that's the Eight of Swords in reverse. So there's this sense here of you doubting yourself. So when you get an intuitive message, when you get a gut level feeling, when you just know what you know, but you don't know how you know it, or when you're able to kind of connect with the vibes of a room, of a person, or whether you touch something and you get an impression. However, or whatever your clairs or your natural ability may be, this is saying there's a part of you that has a sense of self-doubt, okay? You don't trust yourself, or maybe you kind of feel like, well, what if I'm wrong? There's this sense of internal limits connected here to this Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is saying here there's some type of mental type of blockage that you're not allowing yourself to release, okay? And by the way, it says that here, it says conquer self-doubt. It's like you're not either trusting yourself that you're getting the messages that you're getting, or there's a part of you here that just, whether it's in your, you may be even saying to yourself, like, is this real? Like, am I really getting this message? Or is it in my head? Am I making it up in some way, shape, or form? Could this really be happening? Could this, nudge, gut level feeling, premonition, connection here with the dearly departed loved ones who have crossed over, or people who have crossed over? Do I really, am I really here able to connect with this intuitive power, or is it in my mind? So there seems to be here this potential blockage of self-doubt, of not trusting yourself, or some type of internal limitations here that you may be placing yourself in, whether consciously or consciously. The Moon card here, this is representing how you can activate this beautiful or these beautiful gifts that you have. And the Moon card, it says here subconscious, blocked intuition, misconception, uncertainty, ambiguity, dreams, anxiety, illusion. There's a part of you that fears being wrong, or there's a sense here of having anxiety or worry that you rather keep quiet and not say what you're seeing, feeling, or experiencing or sensing, because there's this, in a way, fear or constraint type of energy within you, your own mental blockages here, right? Not allowing you to unblock your intuitive abilities. So there's this sense of like, could I be wrong? Is this real? And so the Moon card is saying here, it's time to step out of the doubt. So as the Moon card, as an activation tool, or as a key, or a way for you to leave behind this blockage, it's saying here that it's super important not to fall into that mental worry or trap. Okay, now let's go back to card number 1 and let's get more information here with the High Priestesses. And again, card number 1 is focusing on the gift within you. So you are a natural intuitive, a born intuitive. Like I said before, there could have been lifetimes here. You could have clairs, mediumship, this inner knowing, this gut level feeling, these hunches, okay? So let's see here what other card to clarify here the gifts you already possess. And it says soaring eagle, clarity, inspiration, insight. Awaken your spirit to soar to new heights. Yeah, it's as if you have so much potential here. There's a lot of potential here. And there's this kind of a part of you may have already, especially if you were like an intuitive since you were a child, you already kind of, you know already, like you possess something very unique. For others of you who are developing it, you intuitively know, like, wow, I know that I possess it. And this is giving you validation confirmation. Now, eagle is known as, or symbolizes strength. So this is saying here you have a strong clarity. Like I said, you have 1 foot, you could bridge between worlds, okay, with the high priestess. You are 1 foot in the 3D world, 1 foot in the divine. So you're able to cross the veil very easily. What I'm also getting here with the soaring eagle is that you have these abilities here that can not only help you, but it could help other people. And the more that you're able to acknowledge it, and the more you're able to embrace your six senses, or whichever clairs or ability that you already possess, the more that you're able to embrace it, the more that you will gain clarity and insight. Because it's as if, and it says here, awaken your spirit to soar to new heights. All you need to do is just let go of the blockage. And then the more that you're able to kind of let it go, let this fear or mental limitation, and it says here, release limiting beliefs. So the more you're able to release those limited beliefs, the more that you're going to allow yourself to embrace this beautiful power of the gift. Let's take a look at one more card here, what gifts you already possess within you. Yeah, look at that. It says the resting tree, patience and stillness. By the way, some of you may have the gift or the ability to have prophetic dreams, or whether it's when you go to sleep or whether it's like when you go into meditation, you're able to tap into that ability, or you're able to download messages. Okay. So very, very beautiful. Validation confirmation, because that's what was coming through with that high priestess card. All right, let's take a look at the potential blockage or blockages here that you may possess that's not really allowing this natural gift to soar. Okay. I'm also getting here that some of you may have had like fears when you were a child. Then you may have had like a scary type of experience with your natural abilities, and you may have intentionally closed or shut it down because of the experience that you felt or you went through, and there was probably here a lack of someone being able to explain to you what those gifts are. Okay, but let's take a look here at the potential blockage here for you. And you have holding on way too tight, and it says here strangely lonely. Yeah, it's also coming across here with the blockage that you may have not been able to speak with other people about these instances here or your natural abilities. And if you did, there was this sense of someone kind of giving you this kind of information of like, it's in your head, this is not true, those things can't happen, like trying to kind of in a way convince you here that what you were experiencing and what you were feeling and what you feel, what you see, or what you saw isn't what you were experiencing here. And so instead of hanging on to your beliefs, you knowing and seeing and saying to yourself, no, I know that I have these abilities, and I know that it's not in my head. I know that I possess these intuitive abilities. The blockage is you holding on to those people or that person or that experience as like holding on to the negative part of it, the fear of it, the anxiety of it, the uncertainty, the doubting yourself. Okay? So that's what you may be holding on very tightly to, maybe even still to this day. All right, so let's take a look here with the moon card and see how you can, let me see. This is the blockage. This is, oh, how you can activate. So how can you activate your natural abilities here? Let's take a look here. All right, something flipped over. You have here release. Yeah. How the way that you can activate and embrace your sixth senses, your intuition, is by you releasing what no longer serves. The idea here, the fear, setting yourself free and escaping the mental traps, the limitations, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, your own internal limitations that you've placed on yourself, your ability not to trust the information that you've been getting or the information that you experience through your six senses. And this self-doubt, this mental self-doubt, is super important for you to let it go, because the moment that you let it go, you're gonna soar. It's gonna be like skyrocket. And what I'm getting here in regards to the moon is that you may want to use a moonstone. Okay, so you can get that on Amazon or any other crystal shop. So you get a moonstone, cleanse it or clear it with either Himalayan salt if you are very much connected to earth, or sea salt if you're connected to more water, okay, energy. Place it in a little bowl, cover the moonstone with salt for 24 hours, then take it out the next day, and now it's cleared. And so then place the intention that when you have this moonstone under your pillow or in your pocket, or when you're doing meditation, or when you go to sleep at night, that it allows you to honor and connect with your spiritual gifts. I'm also getting, for this group, meditation is important. A dream journal is important. Even if it's not a dream journal, you can have a journal that you use right after you come out of your meditation to jot down anything, visions, pictures, images, sounds, names, whatever comes through, whether it's through your dream or whether it's through your meditation. I'm also feeling here, you could also do this with like a clear quartz. Also, if you already have a clear quartz handy, you can definitely do that with the clear quartz also. Okay, or if you have selenite, because I have selenite, and this is a self-cleansing crystal, and please do not place selenite in water because it will disintegrate. Okay, but yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. That's how you can activate your latent intuitive abilities, skills. What I'm also getting here is you working with the moon phases. And this pile, what you should do is you should find out the day that you were born, what moon cycle it was the day that you were born. Like, what moon cycle was it at nighttime, okay, of the day or night that you were born? Because that could be a very important phase of the moon that you can work with, even if other people may not work with it as much, but you can work with that moon phase that you were born, because that could be like an activation. Like you can activate certain and download and activate here your intuitive abilities by using that. But yeah, so release is coming through here as you letting go of your limited beliefs, your doubt, your blockage here. You have ancestors. You can activate your sixth senses or your intuition here. Group number one, you may come from a long line, a lineage here of people. There could be a person, maybe your great, 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 you know, grandparent, aunts, uncles, someone here lineage wise. And remember that I said mediumship also. So yeah, some of you could be mediums here. So I'm getting here with ancestors, you connecting with your ancestors, honoring your ancestors, asking them for help to guide you, to help you tap in deeper to your intuitive abilities. So asking your ancestors to help guide you, to show you sign, symbol, synchronicities here. I'm also getting here, and I said this before, I said, especially with High Priestess, I said some of you may have had also past lives, very much here connected to your intuition. It's like this is what you used to use before in another lifetime. And so in this lifetime, there's a sense of this affinity that you have with your natural abilities. All right, last but not least, you could also write affirmations here also. Okay? Something as simple as like, I honor my spiritual gifts and I welcome the messages they bring. Something like that. And I can't even repeat that. That just came through very nicely. So, yeah, you could use that affirmation. It's coming, it just came through like, whew. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Your last and final card. You have the light priestess. What? Galactic wisdom and cosmic ritual. No way. You have literally two cards saying the same thing. This was a preliminary. This one here was a preliminary group. And here with the live shuffling, validation, confirmation. And you know what I'm also getting here? I'm also getting here galactic star seed. So if you're connected to that, star seed, galactic messages, galactic family, star seed family, very much connected to that. And it's interesting because now this is doing like a whole full circle here, group number one. You see that it says Leo there. Now, August 8th, 8/8 is the Lionsgate portal, which happens every year. Now, it happens before August 8th. It opens in July, and it runs through usually like till the 10th, 11th, 12th, something around that nature, some along those lines. But the portal 8/8 is the Lionsgate portal, and that is the peak of that galactic wisdom here that you may additionally activate and channel and work with that energy. And if you're interested in finding out more about that, what I'll do is I'll place the link down below for those of you who are interested in taking a look at my last Lionsgate portal pick a card. Okay, so I'll place them there. But wow, talk about validation, confirmation. You're very, very much connected here. Not only to the veil, behind the veil, but also here I'm getting star seed galactic type of energy. For those of you where that resonates, that specifically may not resonate for everyone, but it may resonate here for some of you. Wow, that was very interesting. I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section. That lets me know that these messages resonated for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2. And group number 2, you selected the heart with an imprint of a paw. Now, what's interesting is that behind this beautiful heart, you have, it says, heart my dog. So I love my dog, or I love my cat, or I love my pet. So very, very interesting here. We'll see how or if this charm connects to your reading in some way as we unfold here. But first, as I mentioned at the top of the reading, or the introduction, I should say, the first thing that I'm going to be channeling is what gift you already possess within you. Okay. The second message that I'm going to be channeling is a potential blockage or blockages that you may have connected to you not being able to either fully develop it, or what may be causing a little bit of a delay or stagnation in regards to you completely opening and fully developing your sixth senses, gifts, abilities, or skills. And the last but not least message that I'm going to be channeling is how you can activate or maybe even reactivate your gift within you, or the gift within you that you normally and naturally possess. Okay, so let's take a look at the first card. And the first card, of course, is the gift that is already within you. And you have here the Page of Cups. What I'm getting here with the Page of Cups is you are, for some of you, you are an empath. You're empathic. You're able to sense vibrations, people's feelings, people's energies. Not only do you have the ability to be that you already have possessed the ability to be an empath, but I'm also getting clairsentience. In other words, you may get gut feelings, hunches. You may feel people's energy around, like when you walk into a room, you're able to pick up people's energies. I'm also getting here spiritual, musical, artistic. I'm getting here with this card something about a muse. Now, what's interesting is I'm seeing Venus. So Venus is the planet of love. It's a planet of beauty. And what I'm getting here is that there could be, you could be just like a very creative person also. And it's all about the inspiration of something. Like you being inspired, hearing your inner voice, hearing that passion within you. And it's that inner voice here, whether that inner voice is quote unquote your muse, whether that inner voice could be your clairaudient, you could be a person who's clairaudient, your psychic inner voice. You may also be able to, ooh, that's interesting. I'm getting here someone who's able to like either draw. This could also be remote viewing. You could also be a remote viewer. Because I'm getting the artistic part. Like you can sketch, places that you've never seen before, or like something here having to do with remote viewing or paint. There's something spiritual about this. There's something intuitive about this connection that I'm getting here with this Page of Cups. You may get messages here. You may even be the type of person, like if you're working on music, you're working on lyrics, you're working on a painting, on poetry, on writing, on, I don't know, creating something where you're very much connected to that muse inspiration, that you may also be able to download messages here that are of intuitive type of quality here. Yeah, very interesting. I'm very interested in finding out more about this. Of course, I'm going to do a live shuffle, but the second card you have here is the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles. However, this King of Pentacles is in reverse. And this, of course, is talking about your blockage. And what I feel here for you, group number 2, is that your potential blockage here, what may not allow you here to fully embrace your ability to connect with your empathic nature, your clairsentience, your clairaudience, your ability to show some type of intuitive message through your creative power, is the fact that you can be a person who's very practical. Because the King of Pentacles is a practical, down-to-earth, sensible person, okay? It's the type of person who they have to see it in order to believe it. It needs to make sense. It needs to have some type of evidence, but evidence that is tangible. Because Pentacles energy is tangible energy. It's 3D. It's what I can see with my physical eyes. It's what I can touch with my senses. Like there's this energy here that a part of you is very practical, logical. And you may ignore your intuitive gut level feeling. You may ignore the messages that you get in whatever way you may get them, with whichever clairs. But again, I'm feeling here, again, psychic inner voice, clairaudience. I'm also getting a person who can, like a sketch artist, like art or creative muse connected to your intuition. So whether it's like you can sketch something, write something, channel messages, but your sense of being very stubborn, and the stubbornness is coming across as like, I am rigid, or I am a very practical person. So if I can't see it, touch it, sense it in the 3D world, then it's not real. Okay? Or it's outside of the concrete world of being practical and being sensible. Okay? So there's this energy here where it's like, I can't believe it until I see it. Okay? And there is a little bit of rigidity or stubbornness here connected to that. Because if I can't touch it, or if I can't see it with my physical eyes, then is it really real? Right? Because the King of Pentacles is about the realism of something, the connection to the 3D realm through the things that they can see, they can touch. And there's a part of you here where I'm getting a very specific experience. So this may be very specific. It may not be for everyone. There may have been for someone here, I'm getting where you paid someone money to give you like either an intuitive reading or, something here connected to like, a reading or tarot reading or however this may have been. And there may have been a negative experience. So someone may have duped you, or someone may have not been authentic. And that inauthenticity of that person's quote unquote gifts, and the fact that either they were wrong, or that it didn't resonate with you, or that you were like, nah, it's too vague, left this imprint within you. Which interesting, because you have the imprint of the paw here. It left some type of imprint here where you kind of don't trust people that say they are intuitive, because it's coming across that there's a sense of a disloyalty here. And you may have experienced or had an experience here where someone was just like trying to make money. They were greedy, they were disloyal, it wasn't real. So ever since that, you may have been like, I shut down this idea that could even be possible. I'm also feeling here with the King of Pentacles that spirituality at times feels like something outside of the realm of what you feel comfortable with at times as well. Okay. So very, very interesting. Also interested to see what else comes through. You have here temperance, and temperance is how you can activate. Well, how you can activate your gifts that are already within you. And the temperance card is all about the union of opposites. See, perfecting balance. So the manner in which here, just with the preliminary cards, again, I am going to do a deep shuffle here for this, but one way that you can activate your six senses, or embrace them, or use them, or develop them more, or expand them, is by you allowing yourself to balance your yin and your yang energy. Your yang energy, I'm feeling it's more like the earth. And then your yin energy being your intuitive side. And so by balancing both, there's this energy here of you finding a natural rhythm that makes sense for you. When you should be open to logical, practical, sensible type of energy. And you could always embrace that, because that may be a very important part of what makes you successful in your 3D world. But for your intuitive type of ability, what can activate or help activate and broaden your natural gift is your ability to connect with your yin energy, that purposeful, quiet connection, grounding yourself. And group number 2, I'm getting here super important for you to ground your energy. So work on your root chakra, whether it's through crystals such as like jasper, okay? Red jasper, it's a good crystal to have to help you ground your energy as you're listening to a root chakra frequency of 396 hertz solfeggio frequency, as well as I'm getting here, especially here with the temperance card, I'm getting here clear quartz for your crown chakra. Yeah, clear quartz for your crown chakra. Your ability to balance both your root chakra and your crown chakra in order for you to be able to be connected to both, because I feel that that's important here for you. That's how you can activate this even further. Because I feel here that there's this sense, and you don't have to choose. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can use both your energies here to create a balance or a sense of alchemy here in regards to your activation. But I'm definitely getting here root chakra and crown chakra. And by the way, the crown chakra frequency is 963 hertz. Okay, 963 hertz. So you start with your root chakra first, and then work on your crown chakra. Okay, so with your root chakra, you visualize you connecting to the ground or to the earth, and then with your crown chakra, you envision or see in your mind's eye as you connect to the ethers. And so there comes that balance and this moderation of both energies. All right, let's take a look here at the Page of Cups in regards to the gifts that are already within you. Your natural intuitive abilities. Let's see what else is coming through here for you. And you have here, it says unique unicorns, resilience, creativity. By the way, second time creativity comes through. So I talked about the muse. It says spiritual, musical, artistic, but I was also getting Venus energy here. So validation, confirmation. It says an inborn tendency for creativity, finding your creative passion. Yep. You have a very unique, and I would even say you have one very strong and unique sixth sense here. It's very unique unicorn. You may be the only person in your family who may have this, or your ability to connect with your intuition and interpret the messages that come through are in a very unique way. Remember that I said this earlier. I said I see using the arts, whether it's music, whether it's painting, drawing, whatever muse, but it's like that muse or your ability, it's as if like when you connect to this either hobby or creativity, you kind of in a way let down your guard. King of Pentacles in reverse, you let down your guard. You let down your guard, and when you let down your guard, it's like there's this beautiful muse and alchemy that happens. You're able to use your ability in the 3D world, but while being connected to the ethereal. That's how it's coming across. So you may have a very unique way, or your gifts or your intuition or your abilities have a very unique way of connecting with you. And this may have been present since you were a child, because it says inborn. So whether it was that you kind of always saw that you had that tendency, or that ability, and others of you, it's just, again, there's something here about this beautiful energy coming through and coming forth. I'm also getting here, ooh, yeah, that's very interesting. Unique unicorns. I'm also getting here animal spirit animals. You could believe in spirit animals, you can see them, or there's a connection here to a specific spirit animal, which again comes across as this imprinting of the paw. Now, for some of you, it may be, I don't know, a bear, a dog, a cat. It could be any animal. But I'm getting here that for some of you here, your unique ability is your ability to connect with animals. Intuitively connect with animals here. Yeah. And that may be that unique feature this is talking about. The phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change. For some of you here, I'm getting that when you look into a candle, and there's also that ability to, I don't know, I forgot the name. I know it's pyro something or other. But it's the ability to get messages or connect to your intuition by looking at like a candle, the candle flame, or maybe even the wax of a candle. Again, it's coming across as like something like that's not very common. It's like you're able to tap into some type of, whether it's like candle drippings, whether it's like you look into a flame and you're able to see and to interpret and to download messages, whether it's you have a unique ability to connect with animals intuitively, or you just have like wherever you're around, like animals come to you, like that type of energy, or children, because pages or about page could also be children. So you may have a very kind of like special ability here where children and animals just come to you. Now I'm shuffling here, but it's for this second card here, and that's talking about your blockage here. And you have here sewer mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful. And what I'm getting here as an additional message to the blockage that I already channeled earlier is that there may be a part of you that may feel like you're not good enough to do this, or that you don't have enough of the skills, or because it's not tangible, like you feel like people won't believe you. There may be here the sense of you feeling like that there's a little bit of confusion here energetically. And again, I feel that that confusion has a lot to do with the temperance as the activation. In other words, you balancing or grounding, again, grounding your root chakra first, and then connecting to the earth and the ground, and then connecting your crown chakra to the ethers. And I feel that that's going to give you a more of a sense of balance. You're not going to feel like, like there's a time and a place to be logical, practical, and analytical. And then there's a time and place to also allow yourself to open. So for you here, I'm getting that, and this is part of the activation here with temperance, is that you may want to set aside some time, a specific time, for you to allow yourself to quiet the practical, sensible side of you, so that you can tap into the intuitive part of you, so that you can, again, you're able to balance both. I'm also getting here a way for you to activate your abilities even further and expand even further is to use a hobby that you already are into, something that you like, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's connecting to nature, whether it's connecting with animals, whether it's listening to certain type of music, whether it's painting, whatever it is. But there's an artistic, there's a spiritual, musical, artistic type of connection here. And I feel that you doing that specific hobby or connecting to that part of yourself where you kind of, in a way, quiet that practical, sensible side of you and allow your intuitive to open, that could be a way here where you can bridge. It says purity. Look at that. And purity has a person who has like a, I don't know if you could see it, but a bandage across their forehead, their crown chakra, their third eye chakra. The only thing that you can see here is the nose and the mouth. So there's this sense of you, like I said, and this is just giving validation, confirmation, a time for you to set aside just to allow your intuition to connect with your intuition here. where you can quiet this blockage or external noise. Actually, let me grab this one and then we'll do that last one. All right, remember the Temperance here, this third card, is all about how you can activate or reactivate your natural gift within you. Let's see, let's get more messages here. Very, very beautiful. Don't forget here, group number 2, if these messages resonate for you, drop a rose in the comment section. That lets me know that you resonated here with this group or any of the groups. Yeah, very interesting. You know what I'm also getting here? Hold on, let me flip it, but I'm getting water. But I'll tell you right now, listening. Okay, all right. I'm getting here, again, maybe even for some of you, scarring into water. Like scarring. Scarring means like looking into water and like moving it and being able to see images. I'm telling you, this group is like something like I normally like for me myself I wouldn't do, right? Because it's like super specific, this group. It's like either you use fire, looking into a flame, whether you use water for being able to see messages, whether it's you connect with animal energy, your spirit animals. Maybe you're able to see your spirit animal, connect with your spirit animal, maybe see other people's spirit animal. But you have here under the activation part, or how to activate your sixth senses, it says listening. So again, validation confirmation, where ensuring that you have a very quiet and tranquil space where you're able to connect with your intuitive nature, your the quiet side about you, or the quiet intuitive part, so that you're able to listen closely, or at least be able to connect. The more and more you do meditation, the more and more you connect and you do that grounding, and you work with your root chakra, and you may use crystals to also another crystal for root chakra is black tourmaline also. So I'm getting that as well here. So black tourmaline, red jasper, ruby, red crystals, very good for root chakra. And then for the crown chakra, you can work with like clear quartz or other, crystals here. And it's interesting because I'm getting amethyst here also. Although amethyst is more for the third eye chakra, but then again, maybe that is why it's saying that, because you have a picture here of someone who has this kind of band over their head and their eyes, and they have listening here. So again, there is this energy here that is very much about you tuning into that part. And again, those are some ways that you can activate. You can listen, you could do sound healing. Okay, you can get into a hobby that you maybe haven't done in a while, or that you want to connect with again, whether it's drawing, listening to music, sound healing, whatever this is, but there's this muse energy connected to this. That being said, I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Take care, group number 2, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, intuitive friend. Group number 3, you selected the infinity symbol or the number 8. And today I do have a preliminary pile here for you. And I'll be channeling messages focusing on what your natural ability, intuitive ability is, your blockage, as well as how to activate. Now, you're the only group that ended up having an extra card, and your extra card is actually in the blockage area. So let me do this. This is for your gift. So we're going to take a look at what your natural intuitive ability is. Then we're going to take a look at the blockage, which are these 2 cards here. And last but not least, how to activate your ability. Okay, So this is a natural intuitive ability that you already possess, and we'll see how you can continue to activate it. So let's start with the first card, and you have here the Three of Cups. Your natural, latent, intuitive ability here with the Three of Cups. It's coming across a person who may be an empath. Now, I have more messages that are coming through as I'm saying that, and of course I will be adding extra layers to this message, but it's coming across as a person who's able to connect with other people and environments, and you're able to pick up vibes. You're able to pick up a person's emotions, okay? Now, I'll say this. If you were on the fence, and this is only if this happened to you, if not, continue, of course, continue to watch the whole group number 3. But there may be some messages for you in group number 1 if you were on the fence of whether to select group number 3 or group number 1. Okay, so group number 3, you're coming across as a person who's an empath. You can pick up energy. You can pick up people's feelings, emotions. You can also pick up energies within an environment. Another intuitive gift here that I feel that you may naturally possess is being able to be a medium. Okay, now if you know anything of the Three of Cups, it's about reunion. So it's as if here, group number 3, you're the type of person whose abilities, intuitive abilities, you may be able to connect with the other side, loved ones, dearly departed, souls that have crossed over, and you may be able to be the conduit, the person who's able to channel messages. I also feel here that some of you are able to see people who, like spirits, souls, whether it's like a shadow, whether it's that you're able to literally see the people who have crossed over. But there is some connection that I'm getting here between, and again, this is symbolic here, like you and connecting with souls that have crossed over. What I'm also getting here as the natural intuitive abilities here is that you are, and believe it or not, this may not be an intuitive ability, but it's coming through as it is a power of some sorts, and it's the power of being persuasive. Okay, it's as if you have the ability here to persuade others or be this diplomatic. You may be even the type of person that people come to you for advice. It's like this energy here of being like a sage, being maybe like shamanic, like a spiritual counselor. And I know that may not be the standard type of intuitive branches here, like the clairs, but there's this energy, this natural ability that you have intuitively to be able to find diplomatic solutions here. It's like the power of persuasion is how this is coming across. I'm also feeling here, yeah, like it's coming across as like you're the person that people come to discuss their situation, circumstance, events, if they're on the fence about something. I'm also getting here with this intuitive ability, and of course I'm going to channel more messages, but there's this ease that you have, like you have a real good rapport with others. And I know it doesn't sound like it's an intuitive ability, but it's like you're able to connect. You're able to connect people. I wouldn't even be surprised if you are in a profession And again, this is not, I mean, you're getting a slightly different reading than all the other piles here. And I should have known that because you had an extra card here, but it's coming across. I wouldn't be surprised if you're in a profession that's considered like a noble profession where you're helping other people. I'm also getting here energetic healer. You may be an energetic healer, and that is a natural intuitive ability. The power of energy healing. I'm getting light worker here also. Light worker, energetic healer, sound healing also, because it's coming through. Because I'm hearing the clicking, like when you say cheers and the glasses here intuitively, my clairaudience. So I'm picking that up. So I wouldn't be surprised here if you just have, or I mean, if you have here this ability here to be able to connect with frequency, okay? Such as like energetic healing, like Reiki, Qigong. I hope I pronounced that last one correctly. Qigong. Yeah, empath. You may also be a psychic also. You have the, but it's coming across as like, wow, okay. This is even coming across as a person whose intuitive abilities, and I'm not saying you probably have all of them. I'm just channeling all the ones that are coming through. So you may have more than one or multiple, or maybe just one. But I'm getting here a person, because I'm seeing clairvoyantly like a person entering like an old home or a space and being able to pick up intuitive imprints of a space. And those of you who may have picked this pile or this group, you may even be able, okay, you may even be able to have the special intuitive ability of connecting with a person and being able to connect with their past, like their past trauma, like, or maybe even past lives. So you're able to, it's like, for some of you here, there's this ability of you connecting with a person and being able to see their past and then bring them back to their happy state, or help them through that past trauma. So it's like psychic. It's like psychic, obviously, clairvoyancy, or any of the clairs, but it's focusing on someone's past and reuniting them with either a past life or their past trauma so that they can alchemize, right? So that they can transmute that energy from the past and create a pleasant experience of a lesson that needs to be learned in this lifetime. So for some of you, there's a very distinct intuitive ability here. And maybe you picked this pile because you know that you have an intuitive ability, but you're not quite sure to define it. Because even myself, it's coming across like, little by little here. So I'm getting like different intuitive abilities here. But yeah, I'm very curious. Let's see what else is coming through here with your natural born intuitive ability here. You may even be the type of person who, like, when you walk by things, or Like you may get like glitches in electronical devices or lights, and it's not about other people, it's just your energy. You have a magnetic energy. And that may be the reason here why people are very much drawn to you. So your light or your auric field is very, and I'm getting like yellow. It doesn't have to be yellow, but I'm getting like yellow or white. Okay, so your auric field is very strong. It's like you could even be the person that walks into a room and just people look at you, or you're walking down the street or something and people's eyes are on you. Like you've noticed, maybe since you were a child here. I'm also getting a person who can participate with other like-minded souls in regards to like channeling messages through like a seance or like a spiritual circle. Because I'm getting here like a chain type of auric circle that I'm seeing clairvoyantly. So you're a person who can maybe even channel messages through like a seance or a spiritual circle here. Ooh, look, we have tough armadillo, security, toughness, boundaries. You need to, with the help of others, defend yourself or defend you. It's coming across as your intuitive ability being able to see past people who have this tough exterior, who, for example, people may meet someone and they're just like, oh, that person is so like negative, or they're so difficult to get along with. They're just so mean or something, right? And you are the person who's able to see past, and I said that before. You have a really good rapport and you're able to pick up, empath for sure. You're able to see past what everyone else sees in the 3D world. So someone may pick up not energy, but they may see someone or they may meet someone and they pick up on this person like, oh, they're just mean or they're cranky or they're this and they're that. But your intuitive abilities, being able to see past what this person, okay, hypothetically speaking, is projecting in the 3D world. You're able to see past this person's tough exterior or shield or jaded energy. You're able to see why this person may be the way that they are. You're able to tap in through your clairs. And again, your clairs, it could be any of your clairs, but it's the ability that you can tap to this person's trauma, this person's toughness, the boundary that maybe this person or people in general, right, have created to shield themselves from hurt. And you're able to kind of intuitively, energetically, be able to feel or experience with your clairs, whether that's claircognizance, clairvoyancy, clairsentience, claritangency, which is the ability to touch, or psychometry, whether this is clairaudience, with your clairs, to be able to go past that tough exterior and see the person in that vulnerability, or see the vulnerability within a person. Whereas people may see the exterior of a person, your intuitive ability is to see past the exterior or the shield that they're putting up. What I'm also getting here is that you may also be a medium, like I said. And although there is like a clear boundary between the 3D world and the divine, your natural intuitive ability is being able to shift your intuitive state, whether it's mediumship, whether it's through meditation and get messages, but you're able to, tiptoe on both ends of the veil. And especially souls, and this is why I think I was seeing this earlier, because I was seeing someone like in a home that's like old, or quote unquote what we would call like haunted, and your ability may be to be able to connect with those souls that haven't crossed over yet. Now that is a mediumistic quality in a way, but it's very unique. It's more of a person who's able to kind of get to the bottom or the nitty gritty of why that soul, when it crossed over, has not decided to leave or depart a specific environment, or that may be connected to someone. Okay. And I'm not saying like evil spirits connected to people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're able to pick up the souls that may have had a very difficult time in this 3D world. And I even wouldn't be surprised that if you are a medium, if you have mediumistic qualities, intuitive qualities, that you end up seeing with time that you're able to bridge the gap of souls that kind of like feel guilty, that maybe them and their loved one may have had some type of difficult tension between them before the person crossed over. Like that could be like a quote unquote specialty here. But I am getting like you are the type of person here intuitively that you're able to pick up on a soul's need, the need to pass or, uncover the trauma and bring them to a state of the Three of Cups, which is to allow them to see the bright side. And again, I'm also getting like souls that may need that clarity who have crossed over as well. All right, so very, very interesting, very, very different energy. Let me get one more just to kind of... All right, and we have here patient turtle, endurance, commitment, serenity. Strengthen your connection to the earth. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're able to pick up energies or help people here in the 3D world. You may have the intuitive ability. Remember that I said the power of persuasion, your spirituality. And you may even attract people who are usually not open to either the esoteric arts or the esoteric in general, or the paranormal in general. But you have the ability here to, because of your rapport, because of your auric, beautiful auric energy. Again, I saw yellow and I saw white. Okay. Because of your powerful auric energy, you're able to bring people to a state of awareness that perhaps in the past or recent past, they have been very stubborn to even allow themselves to believe in. But there's something about you that you're able to bring someone to the state through your patience, through your, and it says here, commitment. Because it's as if here, group number 3, your soul or your sole purpose in this lifetime is to bring light, is to bring awareness. It's to bring the people that normally would not be open to their own intuitive abilities or their own power of intuition. And it's as if you're the person, and I would even say here like an earth angel, right? To bring people together and create this either community or this, whether it's a bunch of people at one time or whether it's one person at a time, but change their spiritual awareness if they're very hesitant or they're very kind of like, no, they have an aversion to spirituality. You're the person who is able to bring that sense of bringing the ethereal and connecting it to the people on earth. Okay? So that's how this is a very beautiful intuitive ability here. I mean, all of them are beautiful, but this is like it feels very specific with a specific purpose here. It's to help those on earth, those on this 3D realm. And the thing is that you may be the type of person who gets the tough people or the tough cases, or the people that tend to be the most resistant. But through the power of persuasion, through your ability to connect the 3D, the 3D with the ethereal, your kind of charisma. And I feel that your intuitive ability is like for the greater good. So it's like a community of, it's not just like, it could happen one person at a time, but I feel like a larger group of people here with the Three of Cups. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you who already picked this pile and already have a very kind of like very broad and developed. You have a very you're developed intuitively already, where you're just like growing, because you're not just like your intuitive gifts are growing, but maybe even your platform. Maybe some of you here are even tarot readers, or people that connect, or energy healers, or light workers, or sound healers, okay? Or even here, like people who, because this is talking about earth, strengthen your connection to earth, maybe even starseed and galactic type of messages here, like people who are connected to the idea of star seeds and able to do like light language as well. And again, it doesn't have to be all the intuitive abilities that I'm channeling, but there's a lot here that's very, number one, very specific, and it could come through any of your clairs. That's the thing. That's not why I'm getting like one specific or two specific, but empath for sure, and being able to connect from this realm to the higher realms, whether the higher realms are the ethereal or whether the higher realms are galactic messages. Okay? Now, let me move to the blockage, and I feel that you're getting a very, very long message, but it's because a lot is coming through, and it's like quite important here that you understand the layers of this reading. For that's how I'm getting, like, it's super important for me to go slowly and really peel back the layers here so that you can expand and continue to activate this very important intuitive ability that you already have, that you were born, okay? You were born to share with people in whatever capacity, whether it be one by one, but I'm definitely getting like a whole audience. So I wouldn't be surprised here for those of you who are like maybe already are mediums and you really, grand scale medium, whether you're a person who may have a YouTube channel, or that you have a platform, or you have private clientele, but it's coming across here as like there's more to give to the world, and you're the person who's able to, in a way, channel those messages and use your gifts to help mankind or humankind. Okay, so people on earth, individuals. Now, let's take a look at the blockage here, potential blockage that you have. You have the Magician card in reverse. So yeah, you have a lot of untapped potential here. The Magician in reverse, it says what does it say? Pre-manifest. It says plan, establish a clear vision, thoughts become things, inception point. But it's in reverse. So there's this energy here where you have so much untapped potential. And that may be the reason why I'm going so slowly here and was called to bring out more than just one card in regards to your gifts, because there's a lot there that could come through any of the clairs, but it's like the essence of why you were placed on earth here. Why did you choose to come to this third dimensional plane? Okay. So the Magician card in reverse is telling me that you have untapped potentials, that your blockage is not trusting that you're either doing something correctly or doing it right, or that there's a sense of being unaware of how deep your abilities are. Like, you may know, for some of you, you may know you have intuitive abilities and you're just scratching the surface. And some of you here, you may be developed already, but there's more to uncover. With this Magician in reverse, this is telling me that at times you feel blocked or you're blocking yourself, whether it's that you think that you don't know enough, or that you may feel here that you're not trusting your ability to expand. But we'll see why that may be the case here. You have the Devil card in reverse. It says strings attached. The Devil card in tarot is about the fear. It's about the negative energy, right? Of us trapping ourselves in a specific storyline, self-sabotaging thoughts, old patterns, shadow self. And it's also a sense of conditioning. And I feel here that for some of you, the blockage here, and because you have a lot of, there's a lot here. There's a lot of depth with this intuitive or intuitive abilities, is that you may have been raised in a family that may have said time and time again, or believed in some way, shape, or form, that your supernatural intuitive abilities were evil or were bad or were part of that's devil work or that's Satan work, or, leave that alone. That's not, that's not normal. Meanwhile, in biblical times, and again, this is not about religion, but I'm just giving an example. In biblical times, there were people who were psychic and intuitive, people who were able to see things, and foresee things, right? So it's kind of very hypocritical for people who have a certain kind of moral standing that having gifted abilities that were given to you by the creator is something evil or bad. Okay? But there could have been here this conditioning, whether it's family, whether it's your culture, whether it's the tradition, cultural traditions here, religious conditioning also, of not being open to accepting that this isn't evil, this is a part of who you are, and you were destined here and placed in the 3D world to do more for other people. So the Devil card in tarot, with the fact that is this blocked energy here, it's about people thinking or feeling or making you believe that these natural intuitive abilities are evil, are bad, okay? And that they, you need to, repent or something or whatever. I don't know, because that's the storyline that I'm getting here. I'm getting like very kind of like, oh, that's Satan's work. What you're, you know what I mean? Like things like that, like very negative. About, and then what happens here is that you may have internalized this, and it may have created a certain fear within you. And this is talking about this blockage of you needing to let go of that type of, mindset, so that you can really open yourself up to, I'm being called to shuffle a little bit more, to open yourself up to more, to your actual soul purpose here on this on this plane, on this lifetime, in this lifetime. But yeah, so you may have been restricted also. There may have been some restrictions in your home, in your family, when you were a child here. Like you couldn't allow yourself to be open about your gifts. So you may have either put them, in the back burner, or there may have been some of you who may have, kind of like sneaked into the room and, dabbled a little here in the esoteric. But it was kind of like I'm getting this energy of like family, culture, religion was like, this is a big no-no. Yeah, you see winged seer, you see clearly, clairvoyance. Now, why this is in the blocked area here is because this is saying that those experiences here, sorry, the light here is like being a little extra. Okay. You allowed yourself, because of, again, family, friends, loved ones. So sorry. Okay, hopefully you can see that there. You blocked your own abilities. You blocked them because you were being made to feel less than, or made to feel like it was bad, it was evil, it's negative. That is like black magic, like that. You were given those storylines here. And so what you may have done is, without even, not that you did it on purpose, but because you had to survive, whether it was, your upbringing here, right, was for you to be like, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to shut down this ability that I have, that my family, friends, religious community, or other people are telling me are bad or are evil. So there's this complete shutdown here in regards to that. Now let's take a look at how you can activate or reactivate here your abilities. And you have the Ace of Wands. And so what I feel here in regards to activating or reigniting, right, your intuitive abilities or powers is not to overthink it. That's number one. Not to allow people, the voices that you carry from the community of either your family, friends, loved ones, spiritual community, religious community, no, not spiritual, but religious community, society, tradition, for you not to continue to allow those voices of saying that this is evil, or, negative darkness or whatever, for you to shut that down, to let go of those self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. Because I said this at the beginning of your reading, and it's coming out again. Your gift is dealing with people who may not understand the levels of spirituality. Okay, now I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about spirituality. The power of the human energy, the power of intuition, the abilities, they're not open to that. So this group, you may have come across very resistant people, communities, and environments. And because of that, it's feeling like you shut it down. You shut down your abilities, your intuitive abilities, or you walked away from it, or you didn't allow yourself to develop it. And here this is talking about reigniting it. How do you reignite it? By letting go of those fears. What do you need to do? And it's not so much of doing, is the undoing of this energy here, of this blockage. And how do you undo the negative storylines or perception that a lot of people maybe in your circle, in your community, have had in regards to your intuition or in regards to just spirituality and the esoteric energy and the ethereal realm and all that, spirituality in general, is by you allowing yourself to get reignited by your own inspiration and in your passion again. It's super important for you to stand in your power. That's how you can reactivate or allow yourself to develop and open up this energy of your natural intuitive abilities. You need to just do it. You just need to go for it. You just need to say to yourself, you know what? I stand my ground. You have your belief systems. I have mine. And I know that I'm here to help people. And this is how I can help people. Okay? So that's how this is coming across with this Ace of Wands energy here. For you to allow yourself to go back into this and tap into your own ignited passion and your own fuel of you standing, being brave, having the courage, strengthening your sense of self, and really standing in your power and saying, no, I don't, I'm not a bad person. This is not something, I'm not doing it for negative, to do anything negative. I'm doing it, I do what I do, and I'm able to exercise my natural abilities to help others, to make things, look at this is important here. I didn't even think about that when I saw the Magician in reverse. But here you have a whole community of people in the positive light. And then in your blockage, you have a whole community of people thinking that your natural abilities are all for negative, with the Magician in reverse and the Devil card. And not only that, because that's the preliminary cards, right? But look what came out here in the cards that I just shuffled. A lot of eyes on you, or a lot of eyes, like a whole bunch of people, in your social circle here. Or you could even be kind of like hesitant because you may feel like, oh, people are going to think there's something wrong with me if I share this. So if it's not your friends, family, loved ones, your religious community, traditions, it could be that you just haven't, you haven't found your soul tribe. You haven't found that person to say, hey, listen, you have a very intuitive gift here, and your gift can help many people. So the Ace of Wands coming out here in the activation, or how to activate or reactivate your intuition, is by you kind of doing this clean slate type of energy and allowing yourself to tap into your inspiration. Look at that. Change. It says change here, and this is a person all in red here. And by the way, Wands energy is fire, which is why you see this card here with a lot of fire. Okay. And by the way, how to activate or reactivate, work on your first three chakras. And the first three chakras are your root chakra, 396 hertz, sacral chakra, 417 hertz, and solar plexus chakra, 528 hertz. Those three are super important because those three are very much connected to our childhood traumas, or the things that we experienced when we were younger, or the foundation and structure when we were children. So you working on that allows you to let go of this energy and change and shift it. Look at that. You have change. Okay, and this is red, so it's showing here like the root chakra. All right, so very interesting energy here. So you're able to push, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but this person has all this beautiful red drape, right? And they're pushing this boulder. And what's interesting is that they're pushing towards this blockage area. So it's like you've got to push that out of your system. You got to remove that, or learn to remove that sense of resistance of what other people think, or how people have perceived spirituality out of your kind of mind, body, and soul, so that you can have a fresh new start. Let's see what else is coming through for you. Group number 3, you have a very long reading. Look at that purity. Okay, it's you allowing yourself to believe that this is something for good, not for negative, not for evil. Okay, so purity, you understanding, again, getting rid of these thoughts from the past or recent past, from, community of people. Look, having faith. Have faith that what you have has been given to you as means for you to help others. It's you speaking up. Look at the beak of this a bird here. It's open. It's like it's shouting. Its position is towards the past or recent past. Again, towards this group right here. It's you speaking out. Like I said, having a stronger inner self, being confident, being passionate, stepping into your power, stepping into your strong sense of self, igniting your confidence, and being able to voice your opinion. It's like the Seven of Wands energy, right? Because that's what I'm seeing here clairvoyantly. It's the Seven of Wands energy. You standing firm in your beliefs, being resilient, standing firm in what you know that you can do and help others. Last but not least, let's take a look at your last and final card. Wow, what a reading. Look at that. The gathering, community, kingship, companionship. Again, and by the way, you have the number 3. So you can see angel numbers 3, 3s or 6s, or 3, 6, 9. Back to community. You see what I'm saying? You are destined to be part of this beautiful alliance between the 3D world and the ethereal. And look at this. This is a group of lighted souls all together under a temple or by a temple. I'm just going to cover the light here so you could see. And it's people gathering together, all with the same purpose of helping others, helping them to connect to their soul purpose here on earth. It's like you're allowing people to go to remember their soul purpose here. So your intuitive ability, like I said, is to help many, many people, whether it's one person at a time or whether one person at a time becomes a very, very, very big, large group. So much so that I feel that there could be here a potential here for you to be helping people on a grand scale, whether it's writing a spiritual book, whether it's kind of in a way talking to people who seem interested and who, again, it's not about forcing people, but it's you sharing your intuition, and by you sharing it, right, and you taking a strong stand, it allows people who are kind of like, yeah, you know what, let me talk to you about this because this has happened to me, and or whatever, and you kind of like sharing your experience. But there's a lot here. There's a community of like-minded souls of spirituality. So how can you open and continue to ignite and reignite and activate your intuitive ability is by you being part of a community of like-minded souls. Okay, people who share your openness to spirituality and who accept your intuitive abilities as something very positive. Whether this is you having a group of people or you being part of a group, because your presence in a group of like-minded souls is super important. It like the strength in numbers, which is why I said at the top of the reading here for you that part of your spiritual or intuitive abilities here that you were born with is being part of, like, you know, especially like a spiritual circle or seance, something like that. That's what I'm getting. It's like there's more people involved. It's not just you. It's you and like-minded souls, like a collective of people who are here destined or destined to help those on earth, whether it's from a galactic start seed point of view or whether this is from the point of view of the spirituality and the esoteric beliefs. So group number 3, if these messages resonated for you, don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up also. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.